this computer kotte. Yes, yes.
Yeah, progress chalu ಆಗ್ತದೆ recording.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Welcome to this interesting webinar series to be conducted by members of UKSL Trust for the members and the general public um, of, of Karnataka in particular and India and abroad in general. So in this year, we are planning to conduct series of webinars of different topics, starting with the finance area, which is most interesting for many of us. So today we have interesting personality, Mr. Basavaraj Navalli. He is from Hubli, and right now, at present, he is in Pune, and he has got a good business presence in Hubli and Bangalore. He studied in Hubli, then Pune, management engineering in Hubli, then management degree in Pune, right? And he's a basically engineering graduate. And so 3 decades of his experience in various industries at different capabilities, such as general manager and regional head, and he has served in services like he is offering the services like financial planning, wealth protection, taxation, and legal consultation, marketing consultancy. And his few of the hobbies are reading, watching news, attending music concerts, and fashion shows. So today we have got Mr. Basavaraj Navalli to take us through the interesting topic. And on all our behalf, I welcome Mr. Basavaraj Navalli to take us through the topic. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Prakash, for a great introduction. So I say it's a good, you may say good evening, but it's going to be a great evening since you are going to learn a lot of new things which is not in your mind. Beyond that, I want to take you to that level. Hope all of you are with me. So we'll start. All are comfortable in English only, or you want me to use some Kannada also so that you can understand well?
Here, Kannada use madri.
Okay, fine, sir. Okay, just I'll open my one of the presentation. As of now, it's 1 minute. Okay, my screen is visible to you, Prakash?
No, you have to share it. You have not shared it.
Oh, where I am.
Below there is one icon called share.
Okay.
There you have to share it.
Okay, it's visible now.
No, sir.
Yeah, 1 minute.
और फिर मैंने तुमसे स्टार्टिंग में कहा था ना कि ये वाला सीन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसके ऊपर हम बात करेंगे.
So, you banta?
It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Okay.
Started screen sharing anta ide.
Okay.
But it has to pop up now.
Screen is sharing. Okay. So, ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ your screen is sharing ಅಂತ ಬರತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾಣತ್ತೆ?
ಹಾ, ಬಂತು. ನಿಮ್ದು ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ಟಾಪ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಬಂತು.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay. So now you can see the Indian economy ante.
ಬರ್ತದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ. there might be some lag ಬರ್ತದೆ.
ಹೋಯ್ತಾ ರೆಡ್ಗೆ
이게 가격이 두 마리가 있으면
예.
연료 안에 타는 게 좀.
ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮೋಡ್ನ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಬರಬಹುದು.
One minute. ನಾನು presentation mode.
ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಶೇರ್ ಐಕಾನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಶೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ.
ಹಾ
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ
ಶೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಹಾ
ಮಾಡಿದಿರಲ್ಲ, ಹಾ, ನೀವು
ಹಾ
ಅದು
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
PPT ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ.
ಓಕೆ.
ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ.
ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಕಾಣವಲ್ದದು.
तुमने नेपाल ना कहाँ लेता पुलिस की आई मीटिंग दिस इज वेट कर नहीं
I request all the participants to go on mute, please.
That's a gather because it's free for you.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ಟಾಪ್ನಾಗ ಅದು ಐಕಾನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಅದು ಯಾವುದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಐತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಓಕೆ. ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ತಂದೆ ನಾನು ಏನೋ
ಯುವರ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೋ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಓಹ್ ಐ ಸಿ. 1 minute.
That might be one of the, that might be one of the reason.
Okay. I'll get one more connection.
ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ. ದೆನ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್,
ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಬಂತೇನು?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ಟಾಪ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಆದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗೋಲ್ದನ?
ಅದು ಬಂದು ಹೋಯ್ತದು, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲಿಕ್ ಒಂದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬಂದು ಹೋಯ್ತದ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ.
सर मोस्टली फुल स्क्रीन शेयर ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ರಿ.
ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪಿಂದ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ನೀವು?
ಹಾ, ನಾನು ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೇನಿ ಈಗಾದ್ರೂ.
ಬಡವರು ಸರ್, ನೀವೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಅದನ್ನ PPT ರಾಜೋಳಿ ಸರ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರ ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ರ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರನ.
ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಓಕೆ,
ಹಂಗೇನೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಎಸ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ.
ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಸರ್?
ಹಾ,
ಓಕೆ,
ಕೊಡ್ರಿ.
I'll share that one by one.
ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ರನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಬಟ್ ನೀವು
ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ,
ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ.
ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎನಿವೆ ನಾನು ಈಗ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಶೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ
ಓಕೆ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ನೀವು ಬರೀ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕ. ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವರಿ.
ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀರಾ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್?
ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಕಳ್ಸಾತೀನಿ.
ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. CMF by nothing one ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರಿಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೇಮ್.
what is what is the name?
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದು
Nothing. Nothing is a mobile brand.
ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ
ಸೇಮ್ ಎಫ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್.
ಅದಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅದು. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಹೆಸರೇ ನಥಿಂಗ್.
ಓ ಹಂಗೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಎಫ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್. ನಿಂದಾನ ಬಸವದ?
ನಂದಲ್ರಿಪ್ಪ,
ಇಲ್ಲ
ನಂದಲ್ಲ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ನಂದ್ರಿ ಉದಯ್ ದೇಸಾಯಿ ನಂದ.
ಓ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಹಾಕ್ರಿ ಸರ, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ದು ಹೆಸರು ಬರಾಕತ್ತಿದ್ವು. ನಿಮ್ದು ಇದು ಬಂತ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಟು
ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆದೆ ನಾನು. ಸರಿ
ಹೌದ್ರಿ.
change ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ನೋ ವರೀಸ್. ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಗುಡ್. ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನ, ನಾನು
ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ದಾಗ ಹಾಕಾಕತ್ತೀನಿ.
ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅದು
ಫೈಲ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು.
ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅದೇನೋ ಅದೇ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ. ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಕ್ಲೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಐ ರಿಸೀವ್ ದ ಫೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಶೇರ್ ದಟ್ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ. ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ದೆನ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲಾಶಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್.
ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಓಕೆ 1 minute.
ಪಿ ಪಿ ಟಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ, ದೆನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಫ್ಲಾಶ್ ದಟ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದ.
ಒಳ್ಳೆದು. ಈಗ ಒಂದೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನು?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೊಡ್ಡದೇ ಫೈಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬಂತು, ಒಂದು ಬಂತು. ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಓಪನ್ ದಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶೇರ್ ಇಟ್. ಯಾ, ಕ್ವಿಕ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್.
ನೀ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡು, ಅವ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ.
ಎಸ್ 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 ಎಸ್. Okay. So I'm going to share it.
ಮೊದಲು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ತೆಗೆತ್ತೀರಿ.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಏನು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಒನ್ ವಿಚ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ನೌ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಣುತ್ತದೆ.
ಯಾ, ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ?
ಎಸ್ now it has come.
Fine, good, thank you. Please, I think this introduction is already done. I think
it's over now. You can go to the next.
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, please.
Yeah. So before coming to the point, we should understand what exactly the economics, so that you can understand how exactly my economics model should be in wealth creation and wealth protection. Lot of people always focus on wealth creation. Most of the time we forget about wealth protection. This is what a problem with all the people. Okay, next Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, if you divide our economy into 3 phases, first phase is first step from 1947 to 1991, and second phase would be from 1991 to 2016, particularly 8th November 2016, and third phase will be after 8th November to next 100 years. This is how, if you divide our economy, so it gives a different picture altogether. So when we got India in our hand after from the UK, United Kingdom, we are in a very poor state. We didn't have any kind of resources with us, and the buying power of people was very less. So those time the economic conditions were entirely different. Normally, people used to create a wealth in the form of either in the form of gold or in the form of land and particularly real estate, that is farmland. This is what only two things were there, and even all didn't have that kind of luxury to buy things. Okay, next. Okay, in those in 1966, 64, and 1975, there were two groups were made, uh, came into existence in the world, where one is G7 77 and G7. G7 countries were richest countries where they used to trade among themselves. Then the rest of the countries, those were all poor. They think that we are nothing on this earth, so we need to have our own group. Say they formed a group called G77, all poor countries and rich countries together now. Next, Rajgoli sir. Next. Okay. So in those phase, the trade ways running between taking place between G77 countries separately and G77 countries separately. So after during second phase, so when Narasimha Rao became a prime minister, Manmohan Singh became a finance minister those days. Those days, the economy was in very poor condition, though they both thought that they should bring a LPG concept into India. So a lot of people are opposed to those days. Still, they forcibly brought that concept. That is uh, uh, localization, privatization, and globalization, where public and government contribution will be there, and even a global players will used to come to India. That kind of open economy they made. Therefore, during during those days, lot of companies came into India. So they, for example, Dev Motors, big big companies of those time you might be remembering. So those Dev Motors and all auto companies and all that landed into India. They built a construction facility to manufacture in India. So and next Europe. So, that is one scenario. And in 1999, one more group is formed, a group called G20, where some of the G77 countries joined in that group, and even the G7 countries also joined. That is almost 75% of a trade taking place in the world between in this G20 groups. So now we gone to this level now. Earlier we were a poor economy. Now we were in G77. Now we are in G20. Last couple of years back, we have hosted that G20 summit also. You know that. So year on year, time by time, we are growing. Okay, and we right now we are almost considered to be a good economy in the world. Okay, next Europe. Okay, so some economists again came out with the one more this thing emerging market group. It's a E7. It's not actually group. It's a E7 group. Actually, uh, uh, terminated given a terminology by some of the renowned economists in the world. So this emerging economies, here people are now looking at with a great opportunity to invest in these countries. Okay. These are the countries which are in G7 and E7. Next. Okay. Again, one more group came into existence in 2006. That is BRICS. You know all. Again, we are also part of that. It means when the country was in a poor state, nobody bothered to trade with us. Now today world is looking at us as a big partners. This level we are already reached now. Okay. Now in a first phase, what happened? People used to normally didn't have first they didn't have any buying power. So roti kapda makan उसी पे सीमित थे हम लोग. Now we have gone up to certain level. Yeah, when Manmohan Singh came to became a finance minister, LPG concept brought into India. So a lot of FDI investment happened in India. Big companies came to India. When they came, they faced the challenges. So when to go for a manufacturing and all that, we didn't have a skilled manpower in India. So those days, some people for 6 months they used to do the farming, and 6 months they used to work in other unorganized sector. Then Manmohan Singh and Narasimha Rao given us assurance to all the world leaders of those who invested in India, created the infrastructure for manufacturing for them. Yes, we will arrange a good manpower for you in a couple of years. Like that they give, and immediately they started a lot of engineering colleges in India. You may be knowing those times. Lot of engineers came, engineering college cropped up in India. So lot of engineers are produced, and result was the companies were ready to hire the people. Immediately the engineers came into the market. So starting salary was at that point of time 10,000 rupees. When we were young, our starting salary was 2-3,000. To reach a 10,000 was a very tough task those days. So when because of this LPG and this gap between the demand and supply is eliminated, so the people, those who completed engineering those days, immediately they got a good job in a multinational companies and started getting a good salary. So what happens, those time, a father of around 45-50 years old father, and a son is of 22, 24, 25 years old. He is also getting a 10,000 salary. Father is also getting a salary. Our people didn't had that kind of luxury to spend the way we want. But immediately because of this LPG concept, people got a chance to earn more, spend more. Then those days, parents start guiding the people, their kids. अरे बेटा मेरा 10,000 रुपए पगार होने के लिए मुझे 20 साल काम करना पड़ा.
ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡತ್ತೀರಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ತೈತೆ ನನಗೆ. ಅಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಲ್ಲ ಬಿಲ್.
Hello, am I audible?
People who are not contributing, please go on mute.
Yeah, you are audible, Basavaraj, but who are not presenting, please mute. Otherwise, it is a problem to everybody. Please mute everybody other than Basavaraj.
Okay. Okay. So when they start earning a good salary, the parents started telling her, "अरे बेटा हमको तो इतना salary आने के लिए 20 साल लगे थे. You do something. ಏನ್ರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಹೋಗ ನಿಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿವಸ ಲಗ್ನ ಬರೋದೈತಿ, ಬಂಗಾರ ಗಿಂಗಾರ ತಗೊಂಡಿಟ್ಕೋ." ಓಕೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಹುಡುಗರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ 3,000 ಒಂದ್ ತೊಲಿ ಬಂಗಾರ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಆ ಟೈಮ್ದಾಗ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್. So in no time, the gold rate jumped from 3,000 to 30,000 in India because buying power has come to Indian people. Okay, next, once a person owns 10 tolas, 100 grams kind of gold, ಅದನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಹಳ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅಗೇನ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಕುಚ್ ಕರೋ. ದೆನ್ ಓಕೆ, ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ದಾಗ ಮಂದಿ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿಂದ ಮನಿ ಕಟ್ತಿದ್ರ. ಈಗ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಬರಾಕತ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ರೊಕ್ಕನು ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು multinational companies, they came out the money to give a loan to Indians because they started earning good salary. So immediately ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು, ಬಂಗಾರ ತಗೊಂಡಾತು ಒಂದ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಮಟ, ಮುಂದೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುದು, ಒಂದ್ ಮನಿ ತಗೋ. ಹಂಗಂದ್ಕೂಳಿ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಮಂದಿ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕಕ್ ಚಾಲು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ 1.2000 ಟೈಮ್ ದಾಗಿಂದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 15 years 3-4 times ಡಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಸಾ ದ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ರೇಟ್ ಆ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಾಕ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಈ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಾಕ. ಯಾಕೆ ಬೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಾಗ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅವಾಗ ಯಾರ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ದಾಗ ಹಾಕ್ಯಾರೋ, ಅವಾಗ ಯಾರ ಈಗೂ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ನಾಗ ಹಾಕ್ಯಾರೋ, ದೇ ಮೇಡ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಮನಿ. ಸೊ ನೌ ಆನ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ರೇರ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ ಮನಿ, ಮೊದ್ಲು ಒಂದೊಂದ್ ಮನಿನೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಎರಡೆರಡು ಮನಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾವ. ಈಗ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ ಕಡೆ ಈಗ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ತಾಕತ್ತೈತಿ, ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರ. ಯಾರ ಕಡೆ ತಾಕತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬರವಲ್ದ ತಾಕತ್. ದೇ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ 5 kg ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಂಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೈತಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಎಸ್ ಒಂದ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಬಂದೈತಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ ಈ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ್ದು ನಾವು ಹಿಂದೆ 20 ವರ್ಷದಾಗ ನೋಡಿವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫೇಸ್ ದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ರು ಮಂದಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫೇಸ್ ದಾಗ ಬಂದ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನು ಲಕ್ಸರಿ ಕಡೆ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಹೊಣತು ಮಂದಿದ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ನವೆಂಬರ್ 2016 ಮಟ್ಟ. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಡಿಮಾನಿಟೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿಂದ ಮೊದ್ಲು 2 ಟೈಪ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ನಡೀತಿದ್ವಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಾಗ, ಒಂದು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ, ಒಂದು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಆಗಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಡೇ ಬೈ ಡೇ ನಮ್ದು ಏನೈತಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ಟು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ಕಡೆ ಹೊಂಟೇವ್ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಮೊದ್ಲು ಏನಿತ್ತು, ಮಂದಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಉಳ್ಸಕ್ಕಂತೆ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮನಿಲೇ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೈತಿ. ಇನ್ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಜೀರೋ ಆಗೋದೈತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಜಿಟಲೈಸ್ ಆಗೋದೈತೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೇರ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ನೋಡೋರಿದ್ದೇವೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿವಸ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೊದ್ಲೇನಿತ್ತು, ವೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಂದಿಗೆ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್, ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್, ಗೋಲ್ಡ್, ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಂತಿದ್ರು, ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫೇಸ್, ನೌ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬಿಟ್. Managing a physical asset has become very difficult. That's why people started moving towards financial assets. Okay, this is what. And even we have very great this thing, the opportunity. Lot of FDIs are about to enter into India, so our economy is going to boom like anything, whatever it may be. So next slide towards it. ಓಕೆ, ಮೊದ್ಲೇನಿತ್ತು, ಮೊದ್ಲು 2 ಟೈಪ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಇದ್ವು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್, ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ನಾವು ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಕಡೆನೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ನಾವು ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಟರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಟು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಓಕೆ, ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗುರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಏನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರಾಜ್ಗುಳಿ ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ multiple types. One is safe asset class, one is medium risk, one is high risk class. Safe asset classes, they normally give a returns same as repo rate, or they are proportionate to repo rate of a country. Next, ರಾಜ್ಗೋಳಿ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಮೊದ್ಲೇನಿತ್ತು, ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಮೋಷನಲ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಭಾಳ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಬೈ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಇದ್ರಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಹಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟೈತಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಮಂದಿ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ವರ್ಚುವಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನಾವು, ಆಸ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ economy is already almost reduced to zero now. So that's why people not showing an interest in creating a physical asset. Next, now, so earlier the gold, whatever parents used to give to next generation, they used to easily accept and use it for now for their future. But if somebody gives some gold ornament to the next generation, they said it's old fashioned. So emotional value has come down. That's why people are moving towards from physical asset to financial asset. And as I told, black money is not ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕಂತೂ ಚಾಲನೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೈತಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಜೀರೋ ಆಗೋದೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಐತು ಅಷ್ಟ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್, ಇನ್ನು ಉಳಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ನಾಗ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮೊದ್ಲು ರೇರಾ ಅಂತ ಇದು ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, ಲಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾವಾಗ ಮಂದಿ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾವಾಗ ಮಾರಿ ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅವಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಅದು ಏನು ಇರ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ 1 BHK ದಿಂದ 2 BHK ಒಂದ್ 2-3 ವರ್ಷ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರು, 2 BHK ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕಿ 2 BHK. ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗೈತಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ರೇರಾ ಬಂದಿನಂತೂ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿನಂತೂ ಇದು ಸ್ವಿಚಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗೈತಿ. ಇನ್ವೆಂಟ್ರಿ ಭಾಳ ಐತಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಾಗ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಇದ್ದು, ಬಟ್ ಬಯರ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅದಾರ. ಸೊ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಅದು ಮಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಹೋತು ಅಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅಷ್ಟು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮ್ಯಾಲೆ ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಯಾತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈಗ ಮಂದಿದ ಕ್ರೇಜ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೈತಿ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕಡೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಜೋರ್ ಐತಿ, ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗೈತಿ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಒಳಗ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಎಷ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರೋ ದಿವಸದಾಗ ಆಗೋದೈತಿ. ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ keep on increase in India. Next. Okay, so one is the financial asset which gives a equivalent or proportionate to repo rate. Second one is which is subject to market risk, slightly gives a better rate. Next.
I think done.
ರಾಜಗೋಳಿ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೋತೀರಿ ಈಗ?
ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನೀವು ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇವನ್ ಕಳಿಸಿರಿ ನನಗೆ. ಓಕೆ,
ಈಗ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಲೋಕೇಶನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ.
ಸೊ the Indian economy you have covered. Now which one you want to cover?
Asset allocation.
Asset, that is a savings allocation. Savings allocation.
Savings allocation.
Savings allocation. Okay, that is a part number 2.
Yeah,
I'm just opening that.
ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಏನೈತಿ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ನಂದು 45 minutes ಮಟ್ಟ ನಡೀತೈತೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ
ಐ ನೋ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅವಶ್ಯ ಇತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳತ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು.
yeah, because we have to look into the participants timing as well. Okay, so I will share this.
Yeah, so next. Next. Okay, moti legally in India, these are the product available for a general public to invest. Okay, apart from this, lot of opportunities are available. Normally for that you should have a basic knowledge about your asset allocation. People in a financial terminology, people say that it's asset allocation. For a general public, it's a savings allocation. There is a lot of people doesn't know what is the excess and savings. Okay, ಮಂದಿ ಕಡೆ ನಾ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ದುಡಿತೀನಿ, ನಂದು 75,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಖರ್ಚೈತಿ, ಉಳಿದಿತ್ತು ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್. ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನೀವು 75,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ನಿಮ್ ಖರ್ಚಿನಾಗ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 60,000ಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ತರ್ತಿರೋ, 65,000ಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ತರ್ತಿರೋ, ಅದೇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಐತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತಾರ. People are getting confused with the excess and the savings. Also, savings is different. What you save from your budgeting your expenses, and excess is a one. Your expenses are one, and whatever left out is the excess. This is the difference between a saving and excess. Okay, don't get confused with the I have good savings. No, you are not saving. That is excess. Saving is when you put in some extra effort and save from your existing expenses. That is saving. Next. Okay, again, when you save, you will have to park somewhere, either in a bank or in a financial institution, or you buy some gold, silver, or real estate, something somewhere you will have to put. So there are different type of categories where some are considered as a safe asset class, some are medium, some are high. Next. So normally safe asset class give a returns proportionate to the repo rate of country. Repo rate, most of the people get confused. The repo rate is a interest rate which is decided by the central bank of that particular country. In case of India, it's a RBI. Decides, depending on our economic situation, they decide what should be a interest rate. That is known as a repo rate. That has been considered as a benchmark. Today, the repo rate is 5.25. During 2020, it went up to 4%. In few years, 2-3 years back, it was went up to 5%. Now it is 5.25%. We should keep in mind that repo rate concept while deciding for a long-term investment strategy. Next. So medium risk asset class is a one where you people normally invest. They give normally 5% above the repo rate. So if the 5%, if your repo rate is 5%, they give 7 to 10%. Okay, so you will have to monitor this very frequently to get a good returns. Next. Okay, next high risk product. High risk product are those products they are very gives almost 5 to 6% above the medium risk asset class investment, but you will have to monitor very closely, and for a common people it's very difficult to do daily that work only. So that's why people, those who don't have economic economics knowledge or a financial market knowledge, they should not go for this. Still people are going, nothing wrong in learning, but don't put major portion of your savings or earnings in a high risk class products. Next. Okay, normally what are those safe, medium risk, high? You may be knowing popular products, PPF, tax-free bonds, corpus bonds, and participating plans. These are all safe asset class in India right now. And a medium risk, you know, all people know SIP, banking deposits, and real estate and unit links plans. Those are all considered as a medium risk asset class. And a high asset class, you know, cryptocurrency, stock market, investing in somebody's business, legalized betting. You may be knowing what is legalized betting, going to the casinos and race course. These are all kind of things available to the people, not for all. Some people, they make money there also. And forex trading, yes, this is also a very volatile market where you should have a good knowledge about forex market and currency fluctuation and all that. So that's why we normally ask people to hold on. If you, even though if you invest, don't go more than certain percentage. And normally what personally what I advise, as long as you have up to 12 lakhs earnings, you should be in a safe asset class zone till you become a strong. रोटी कपड़ा मकान का बंदोबस्त होने के बाद नेक्स्ट जंप करना मीडियम असेट एंड हाई risk asset product, so that you will be safe. Even market crashes, something goes wrong, even war take place, you will not be in trouble. So if you are in put your investments in a risky product, all of a sudden everything goes for a big toss. It will recover, but it will take a time, but it will not come as per your need. So you will have to wait for that. Usually you should create a first base where roti kapda makan ke liye koi problem nahi hai, then start wealth creation. Next. Okay, in savings there are two concepts. One is save and create, another one is create and save. Here what happens, normally if you want to buy one mobile, either you have two options. You go and swap your credit card and become a owner of that mobile. Okay, and for every month you will pay some regular EMIs. Okay, first day only you will become a owner. Then you will start saving. That is create and save. Another one is I'll accumulate some money, then I'll buy that product. First, I'll become a owner, or I'll have to become a owner once I accumulate that kind of money. This is the difference between save and create and save. Okay, when it comes to save and create, you need not have to pay any kind of interest in that. When you go into the method of create and save, where you will have to give a lot of interest and all that. It doesn't mean that we should not go for this create and save kind of concept or only go for a save and create. That is not going to happen. We need to be balanced. Then only we create a good amount of wealth in life. Both are needed for us. Next. Okay, as I told, first you save the money, then become a owner. Or otherwise you become a owner, then save the money. Okay, next. Next. Okay, normally what we advise the people, those who are looking for a short-term goals, for them we ask them to go for a save and create concept for the short-term requirement. For long-term requirement, you cannot wait for the next 20 years, 30 years, accumulate, then do the things. That's why we should go for a create and save kind of concept for a bigger goals in life. Next. Okay, go to the next presentation, sir.
Okay. So which one you would like to? The golden rules of Adamodana? That will be better.
Yeah. Next, we are going to talk about some golden rules. What is to be, in general, to be followed to have a balanced life. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Rajwali, sir?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Others. Okay. The golden, it's a simple rule one has to follow to avoid troubles in life. Next. So some people ask why we should save and all that. You know why we should save and all. Hold on. Come to this.
Yeah.
ಅದು ರಿಂಗ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ದಾಗ ಐತ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಏನಂತೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಆ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿವಿ. ವೈ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ save, why we should be disciplined. Now, how we should be disciplined, that's we are going to discuss now. Next. Okay. So normally for a common people, for a common in general, this is a golden rule. So again, it's all depending on your responsibilities, your income, your expenses. We need to rearrange these things. You cannot stick to this only, but moti, this is a practice I recommend. Okay, first your expenses should not be more than your 30% more. Your expenses should not cost 30% of your total earnings, and your EMI should not cross 30% of your total earnings, because or otherwise you land in a, no doubt you will become a owner of that product, or you can enjoy that luxury, but in life you will have to pay a lot of interest part in life, because in the long run interest, when you calculate, you will be losing a lot of things. And the first day of your salary, you should save 30% aside. That is one. And for lifestyle expenses, you should not spend more than 10%, because nowadays when I see, I attend a lot of parties. As I said, my hobby is that also attending fashion shows and parties and all that. So I see people spend almost 40% of their earnings for a lifestyle and partying, so which we should not do. I am sure we are all mature enough, we will not land into that, because I don't know who are all in the webinar right now. Normally, when I go to the people call me for a presentation where their janjis are there, I focused a lot of things on this, because once they start habituated by this spending, it's very difficult to control them. That's why we should be disciplined from the day one. When you save 30%, 15% should be for a short term, 15% for the long term. Next. Okay, what are 30% expenses mean? These are all petrol expense, grocery, light bill, regular insurance bills. These are all should not cross 30%. You give this list to your wife. My salary is so much. You will have to manage this in this only, so that you will have to bring that culture at home also. Or otherwise, we compare to others, and we do whatever it good for us, which is we feel good for that. That's why we do it. We should not do it. Next.
Yeah, it's come.
Aram.
What happened?
Okay. EMI, yes. Today, easily loans are available, but don't go buy everything in your life by loan only. If it is essential, definitely you cannot avoid, you will have to take, but try to avoid it. Okay. So these are all comes under create and save. You will become an owner of a car, then you save it for 5-10 years time. You become an owner of a house, then you save for 20 years. Okay. Don't buy everything on EMI only, TV, fridge, everything. Even school fees also EMI. Don't do that. Be disciplined, or otherwise whatever you earn, lot of portion goes in the form of interest part. Next, sir. Okay. Never ever go trapped in the personal loan requirement. It's a very costly loan available now, easily available. Don't ever land into that position. If you are disciplined, definitely you will not go enter into that. If the people, those who are indisciplined, definitely they pay almost 30-40% kind of interest they are charging. That's why we should avoid a personal loans in life, and you should use a credit card wisely, or otherwise it will become a double-edged sword. Next. Okay, lifestyle, as I say, party, outing and all that, it should not cost 10-15% of your earnings. Next. So some people ask what exactly the lifestyle expenses. Just to explain them, I made this slide. Next. Okay, when it comes to saving, yes, some are guaranteed events in life. For that, we should have a guaranteed returns also, and on time and good returns also. So we should keep that 15% for a short-term requirement, 15% for a long-term requirement. You should not club that, or otherwise you will go out of control, either in savings or in spendings. That's why you keep separate boxes for that. Okay. Next. So these are all things are managed by short-term requirements, where education, upgrading a car or a house, these are all short-term. Every 5-10 years, people change a car and go for a new house or a big house. And this recurring expenses of children's education, we should do by short-term requirement planning only. Next. These are the guaranteed events in life. So one is education, you cannot postpone it. Even marriage can be postponed for 1 or 2 years, but education cannot be. So you should have a concrete, good, robust mapping, planning for education requirement planning of your kids. Today you are lucky, you can work in Bangalore, Hyderabad or Delhi or Bombay, wherever. You are lucky your parent made you national players. To enjoy this kind of lifestyle, your kids should become a global player. Then only they can enjoy this kind of lifestyle. That's why your advanced planning will help a lot in creating that required ERP. We call it as a ERP. ERP means education requirement planning. It cannot be done in a 1 year or 2 years, or otherwise you will land into pulling out from a PF or FDs, whatever you have kept for a long term. That's why you should have a good robust plan at the beginning itself. And one more guaranteed event in life is one or the other day you will have to retire. Your income will stop, but your expenses will not stop. For that, you should be very, uh, cleverly plan that activity, because at that point of time neither your bank will come to give you a loan or relatives come to help you. So for that you will have to plan from the beginning only, even though it may be small portion, but it has to be go for a long term planning. Next. Okay, so one is need, another is what? Want. Third one is luxury. Yes, everybody loves luxury. For that, we should do a lot of extra things. Okay, need means, as I said, we need to lock our roti kapda makan. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಾಗ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು, ರೋಟಿ ಕಪಡ ಮಕಾನ್ ಸೋಲಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಮೊದ್ಲು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಭಾರಿ ಆರಾಮ. ನೀಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಚಪಾತಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ನಡೀತೈತೆ. ವಾಂಟ್ ಎಸ್, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಬೈ ದಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ದಟ್ ಹಂಗರ್ ಬೈ ಪಿಜ್ಜಾ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಂಟ್. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನಮ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನೀಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇದ್ವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಭಾರಿ ಆರಾಮ. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಯಲ್ status as such. Okay, then when it comes to luxury, yes, everybody likes luxury. For that, single income will not support that. You should create multiple incomes. There are many methods which I already shared in earlier also in the LinkedIn posts. Normally whenever I post in a LinkedIn, I share that in a group. You may be knowing, you should have a multiple source of income. Don't try to create a assets can be generated anytime if you have a regular strong income. So look at that perspective. You should have a strong regular multiple incomes so that you can enjoy the luxury in life. Hope you agree with me. Next. Okay, sir, go to the next presentation.
That is for
Taxation.
Okay, we are on top of the hour. So that part.
Now, one ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ. If people are comfortable, I'll continue, or otherwise I'll take questions and answers now only.
No,
so that
the topics, you given the topic financial golden rules of financial planning. So if you have already covered antandra, then we can conclude. We can go for Q&A.
That is done. That is done. If people give me another 5-6 minutes time, I'll complete this taxation part also, which is very important for life.
Yeah, I don't mind hearing, because if it is relevant to this one, I can definitely share that, right?
Yeah, it's relevant because today's people should
taxation. So there is one more, taxation and interest rates is one, and income investment planning.
Yeah.
So you want taxation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will open that and share. Okay.
Yeah. So people are following what I am saying, or any confusion?
No, we are following.
I can see some thumbs ups are coming up. Good.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, hope you can see the screen now. Is the impact of taxation. So while investment or saving, we should keep in mind that what is the taxation impact, whether whatever I gain in this investment or a saving plan, how much it's going to impact on a taxation front. Next. Okay, so actually, just I want to share in the last 7-8 years, lot of taxation laws have been changed. The earlier people, there was no capital gain tax on either mutual fund or a share market capital gain tax. So in the 2018 budget, Arun Jaitley brought this taxation. Earlier, capital gain tax was zero. That brought by Arun Jaitley to 10%. Hope you may be knowing that. And second, another changes happened. Earlier, people used to pump a lot of money in a superannuation, EPF or NPS plans by the employer. The employee used to tell, I don't want 20 lakhs full. If I get a 20 lakhs full salary, I'll have to pay the tax on a 20 lakhs. That's why you park that 10 lakhs in these three, this kind of instruments where the taxation will be less, so that when I take only 10 lakhs, I'll have to pay tax on only 10 lakhs. So rest balance 10 lakhs, I need not have to pay the tax. That's why people used to use this method. So in a 2020, Arun Jaitley stopped that and said you can invest in that, but first that will be a taxable, non-taxable will be up to 7.5 lakhs. Earlier, people, those who have 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs package, 70% of money income they used to pump in this kind of schemes, because they are not going to use immediately. In future, they are going to use. That's why they used to avoid the taxation, and returns were also handsome. In 2020, again, mutual dividend also considered as a taxable income. Hope you may be knowing that. Earlier, dividends were not considered for a taxation. Now it is considered after 2020. And in 2020, one more thing is new regime has come into force. One is old regime up to 5 lakhs income something, and now up to 12.75 lakhs, there is no income. Two regimes are made. There is a strategic approach towards that by government. Going forward, the old regime will get closed. And in 2021, one more changes have brought in by the Nirmala Sitharaman. The thing is, earlier people used to pump in a lot of money in a unit-linked scheme where returns were non-taxable. So again, they brought a control on that. So yes, you can invest whatever you want to, but up to 2.5 lakhs, we will give a tax-free. Above that, it will be taxable. So before investing, we should have these things in our mind. What is taxable or no, what is non-taxable? Because you are planning certain things for a short term, certain things for a long term. You should not come to know when you reach after 20 years, when you go and take money, it should not attract a huge tax. That's why we should plan well in advance. Next, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, this EPF earlier, whatever amount used to go there, this employee provident fund, that was non-taxable. Again, in 2021, that has came down to maximum 2.5 lakhs is a non-taxable. Rest will be taxable. That's why you should normally this PF authorities create two accounts for an individual. One is non-taxable up to 2.5. If it crosses about 2.5, they keep another account which is taxable. You will come to know when you retire or when you withdraw the money from a PF, how much it is taxable, how much is non-taxable. That's why today you should decide how much you want to park there, whether it is taxable or non-taxable. In a 2023 budget, one more great thing has happened. Earlier, people, celebrities, cricketers, film actors, those who used to earn a lot of money, they 1 crore, 2 crore, 5 crore, 10 crore, they used to earn, but they are not going to spend the same money in a 1 year time. That's why they used to park that money in the insurance sector where everything was non-taxable. Now again that has gone. Yes, you can park any amount of money in the insurance sector, but that will be taxable if it is more than 5 lakhs. If it is below 5 lakhs, that will be zero tax. If it is above that, definitely it will be taxable. So it means year on year, slowly government is bringing non-taxable product into taxable product. Going forward, a lot of new taxes are also coming in force. I'll let you know. Okay. And indexation is removed in the 2023 budget. You may be knowing indexation. I used to buy a flat in some 2000. After 10 years, if I sell, indexation benefit used to get that flat become a inflated amount will be 1.5 crores. When I sell at a 2 crores, I used to pay only the tax on 50 lakhs. But that has gone now. If it is 1 crore, you sold at a 2 crores, balance 1 crore, you will have to pay the tax on that. That is 12.5%. Earlier, after taxation, after indexation, it is to be 20%. No uniformity is coming into the taxation structure. So these are the things happen. And earlier one product used to attract some tax, X amount of tax. Another product used to Y amount of that. They are all being simplified and coming to the common one benchmark for all taxation products. Okay. So again, in 2023, interestingly, Arun Jaitley brought a capital gain tax. He made a 10% capital gain tax for a long term. Short term, he made a 15%. So Nirmala Sitharaman made it to 12.5% and 20% for a short-term tax. So these are means it has earlier it was 0, now it has came to 10%. Today it's 12.5%. Not only 12.5%, cess and surcharge is also added. A lot of people doesn't know about it. Okay, we talk in general, 12% लगेगा, 12.5% लगेगा capital gain tax. Along with that, the cess and surcharge is also applicable. Okay, so next, sir. So what are all long-term taxable product which is listed, non-listed shares, immovable, movable property? These are all comes under taxation. Some attracts a short-term tax, long-term tax. If you are gaining, you are converting into cash within after 12 months, it's a long-term. If it is below 12 months, it will be short-term. Same case, some product have a 12 months cooling period, some are 24 months. This is a list, what I said, you may be knowing all these things. Before investing, you should know that. Next. Okay, so capital gain taxes, you know 12.5% today. And if it is a short term, it will be a 20%, long term, it will be a 12.5%. And some, in case of some product like unlisted share, immovable property, movable property, debt oriented fund, they are all whatever it may be, once it comes within your hand, that is considered as a personal income tax rate. That considered as that year's tax. That's why while making a transaction, you should keep in mind it is comes under short term or long term. Based on that, you should take a right decision. Next. Okay, so now 8-10 years, whatever changes took place, I explained now. So what are next going to happen? You should know. So long-term taxes from 10 to 12.5% it has come. It is increase further like a developed countries. Okay, now all uniform taxation system will come in India, and the old regime will abolished. Only new regime will be there, and one more new tax is likely to come in near future. It's a inheritance tax. Inheritance tax is a tax where once I pass away from this world, the whatever wealth I created on that, my kids have to pay the tax and own that wealth. It may be physical or it may be financial. So that's why you should give your nominee properly whenever, wherever you invest. Okay, and regularly update if required. Okay, don't forget to do that. Okay, told you, if I leave 10 crores property to my next generation, that next generation has to pay some X amount of tax to become a owner of that 10 crores wealth. This is known as inheritance tax. Next. Okay, quickly, there are three tax in India: indirect tax, direct tax, and capital gain tax. Hope you know indirect GST and all that, those are all indirect tax. Income tax, what you earn, based on that income tax you are giving. And the capital gain tax is a tax where you, on your investments, whatever you earn, that is capital gain tax. There are three types of taxes available in India as of now. These are the income taxes of G20 countries. We are in a G20 countries, that's why I'm comparing them. So India maximum is a 39% tax is there, income tax, only income tax. Rest of the world is paying almost 40-45%. So what I mean to say, in going forward, we have to pay at least 50% of our income tax goes into the 50% slab. For that, we should be mentally prepared. Accordingly, we should plan our wealth planning. Wherever non-taxable, taxable, I said, everything becomes a taxable. Again, it will be goes for a big tax. On paper, your wealth looks very big, but when you take in your hand, it will come down to shrinks like anything. That's why these are the income tax slabs across the world. Now we are going to approaching higher and higher ladder in the economic status of a country. So our 39% will soon become a 45-50. Next. Okay, these are highest income tax in the world. That is G20 I told you. Okay, जिस सोसाइटी में हम रहते हैं वैसा रहना है, हमारा भी 45-50% इनकम टैक्स आ ही आएगा वो स्लैब पे. Okay, these are the highest income tax paying taking countries. These are all. The Finland is 66 and Denmark is 52 and all that. These are the countries where. So no doubt once we become a Vishwaguru, we need to follow these rules also. Next. Okay. So capital gain taxes started with earlier it was 0, 10%, today 12.5%. These are the capital gain taxes across the world. So India is the lowest right now, 12.5%. In the rest of the countries like UK and USA, 18-28%. They are paying UK, USA, and even Japan 20%. So soon these taxes, capital gain taxes, whatever you are giving today, 12.5% plus cess plus surcharge, it will come to 20-25% in the next 10-15 years time. That's why while investing today, you should consider this. When I withdraw, what taxes I have to pay, that you will have to decide today only. Or there's ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪೈಸಾ ಹಂಗು ಹಿಂಗು ಮಾಡಿ ಉಳಿಸಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು 30 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿಂದ 20 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿಂದ 15 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿಂದ ತಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅವತ್ತೇನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಕೈತಿ. Hope you agree with me. So these are the tax rates of across the world. Next time. Inheritance tax is not there in India right now. So in most of the G20 countries, it's seen. Only in India and China don't have a inheritance tax. I don't know whether how you take it from my side. So the thing is, when we are in a G20 countries, whatever system they are following to sustain, they run their country, we need to follow that only. So we have already taken a lot of loans. In 15 years back, our loan was 50 lakh crores. Today, 200 lakh crores loan we are taken, huge debt. One or the other person has to pay that, either our generation or next generation. How we can pay? Only by taxation. So earlier there was an option to the country, public sector units used to work on behalf of the governments. Whatever profit they used to generate, that profit is to taken used by a government to run the nation. Now most of the things have become privatized. The government didn't have not have any choice. They have to increase the taxation. That's why inheritance tax is likely to come in India soon, whether you like it or not. Okay, today it's 0. It will start as a Hindian slide tour. Okay, that's why we should be prepared. What are the that inheritance taxes across the globe? Yes, UK is charging 40%, USA is charging 40%, Japan is charging 55%, Brazil is Germany is taking 24%. Like this, different country. Even whatever start with, it maybe start with a 10%, 12%, 5%, whatever. One or the other day it will come into India. We should keep in mind while creating a asset, whether it's going to attract a tax or not. our next generation has to pay or not, like that. Okay, these are the things we should keep in our mind. Next, sir. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವಾಗಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಮೈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಗೇವ್ 12%, ಮೈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಗೇವ್ 15%, ಮೈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಗೇವ್ 12%. ದ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್ 10%, 20% tax bracket, if you earn 10%, it is as good as 8% non-taxable income. After paying a tax, it will be 8% only. A person who is at a 39% tax bracket, if he earns 14% also, after tax, paying a tax, he will get a 8% in hand. So that's why returns after tax is important, not before tax, because in which slab you fall, that also makes a difference. That's why you take a risk and everything, make a capital gain. Then when you fall in a bigger tax slab, whatever you get is again 7 to 8% only. That's why we should be extra cautious while investing. What will be the taxation impact on your earnings? Next. Okay, these are the PPF rates of last 20-25 years, where PPF was in 1993 12%. Today it has come down to 7.1%. In future it will go to the 4% also in the next 8-10 years time, according to me. That's why don't depend too much on your PF amount. People talk, and PF ಐತ್ರಿ ಚಲೋ accumulate ಆಗೈತ್ರಿ, but that is going to reduce the capacity of reinvestment. Problem will be there. Next. Okay, these are the repo rates, interest rates of a countries. Okay, ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ತೋರಿಸಿ ನಿಮಗೆ across the good UK, China, Japan and all that, where their current repo rate is hardly 2-3%, maximum 4-5%, 3-4%. ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಕಾಲಮ್ದಾಗ ಹಾಕೇನಿ. 2000ದಾಗ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ದು ರೆಪೋ ರೇಟ್ 14.5%. Now today we came down to 5.25%. In going forward, India is also once become a developed nation, our bank interest rate will come down to 2% also. And at that point of time, you will get a home loan at a 3% or 4%. So we should be mentally prepared. मेरा पीएफ का पैसा इतना आने वाला है, मैं बैंक में एंजॉय करूंगा. जब you start enjoying, that point of your bank interest will come down to 2%. That's why your retirement planning plays an important role today because of this fluctuation in a repo rate. It's not affecting only India, across the world. This is a problem people are facing. Okay, next, sir. Hello, next.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the repo rates which across the country, just for my study sake, I worked out. These are the things. Hardly Japan is very minus. Japan, the repo rate was minus. If you keep money in the bank, you will have to give some maintenance charges for. Okay, just 4 months back, it has become a zero. Now it has become a plus side. They celebrated. Arey, I need not have to pay the maintenance to my wealth protection to the bank, like that. So this is the situation across the world. So definitely our interest rates will come down. Don't depend too much on an interest rate of a bank for your retirement requirement. You will have to make a required arrangement today. Now options are available. Tomorrow the options will not be available. Okay, for that you will have to compare lot of product which suits for you. Based on that, you will have to do. Don't go based on, my friend done like that, my relative done like that. What suits to you, that is important, not what market offers to you. Market will offer 100 products. Every product are designed for some specific requirement. Whether that product suits to me or not, that I'll have to decide based on my requirement. Next, sir. Okay, so if you give me another 5 minutes time, I'll talk about a income replacement plan or what you call retirement planning. Choice is left to you. Hello.
So right now I think majority of the topics you have covered. The retirement
Yeah.
planning could be a separate topic, and all may
Okay.
not be interested at this point of time. So
Oh, fair
in
enough.
the interest of the time, what we can do is I stop sharing, and
Yeah.
let us get some feedback or the queries, if
Yeah.
any. I think people have put some in the charts also.
Yeah.
Some question, if any, one or two questions we will take. And
Yeah.
what I request all the participants is that you need to reach out to Basavaraj if any specific queries pertain to you, in the sense, because he has already mentioned, right? You don't follow others. What you should do, you should plan according to your income and your expenses, right? So he is the right person to contact, and our jothe ನೀವು contact ಮಾಡಿ you can take it forward, right? So
Okay.
meanwhile,
Anytime it may be silly question also, you get it clarified because it's a very important.
yeah,
It's a one-time activity. You should be very clear what you are doing, where you are reaching.
yes,
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಫೋನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರ ಕಡೆ ಇಸ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಾ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ನಾಗ ಅದೇನಿ
ಅದ
ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ನನ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಎನಿ ಫೀಸ್, ನೋ ಆಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ಸ್.
yes. So thank you. And I think one or two questions ಯಾರಾದರೂ
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
ಕೇಳೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ರಿ. In the interest of time, it was well received, and people have attended. Good. So now one or two questions we'll take. Otherwise, we'll go for a closure.
Okay, if you have
Anybody?
any question you can ask. I'll love to answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
ನವಳೆ
Yes,
ಸುರೇಶ್
sir.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಹಾ.
ಸುರೇಶ್ ತಿಗಡಿ ಅದ ನೀ
ಹೇಳಿ.
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 2 months ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ನಂಗೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನಮಗ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜಬಲ್ ವೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ನಾವಳಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಬಟ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಇವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಸ್.
Yes.
So it was very informative, and thank you very much for this sparing this information. So we will keep in touch with you. We will get in
Okay,
touch
no
with you.
problem, no
Okay.
problem. Yeah, whatever may be the question, you get it clarified because lot of people regret. ಅರೆ ನನಗೆ ಮೊದಲು ಗುರ್ತಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಾ ಹಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಅಂತ. Okay, we are lucky today. Immediately we are approachable. Only the thing is you will have to take out a time and understand, take the required action on time, well informed, correct decisions.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
ಹೌದ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ.
Okay, any youngsters in this, actually these things are to be taught in schools and colleges because life revolves around the money. So people should have that knowledge clearly, or otherwise land into. So whatever knowledge we gain today, so we learned very hard way. No internet, nothing and all that. Today everything is available, but people are not taking a timely action and a correct action. They go with the flow. That's why they get trapped.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Any question?
Any more?
ನಾನು ರವಿ ಕಾಳಿಗೆ.
Ravi Kalge. Okay, here is sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Very well go through that. ನನಗೆ ಒನ್ಲಿ ಒಂದದು, ನೀವೇನೋ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಟು ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಯಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಈಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಯಲ್ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ ಎನಿವೇ GST ಆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಈ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ನಮ್ದು ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ನಮ್ದು ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಕಂಪೇರಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ರಿ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಹವೆವರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಮುಂದ ಏನ್ ನಮ್ದು ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ದು ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಮಗ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ವಲ್ರಿ?
ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ ಕಡೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನಿಮ್ದು 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಐತಿ. ಓಕೆ, 75,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ತಿಂಗಳ ನೀವು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, 25,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇಡುದೈತಿ.
ಓಕೆ,
ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಐತಿ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನಾಗ ಇಡ್ಬೇಕ,
ಓಕೆ,
ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಂಗಾರ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಇಡ್ಬೇಕ, ಇಲ್ಲ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ದಾಗ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು.
ಓಕೆ,
ಓಕೆ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನೈತಿ, ಬಂಗಾರ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ನಾಗ ಹಾಕೋದು ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್.
ಓಕೆ
ಓಕೆ, ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನೈತಿ ಬಂಗಾರದಂಗ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್, ETF. ನನಗೆ ರಾಜಗೋಳಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು.
ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಲ್ರಿ, ಈಗಿಂದೇನು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರು ಈಗ 10 ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 10 rupees ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಅದೇ 10-20 years ಆಗಿಂದ ಅದೇ 10 rupeesಗೆ ಅದು 100 rupees ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ದು ಈಗ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಗೀಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್.
ರವಿ ಅವರೇ, ನೀವು ಹೇಳುದು ಬರೋಬ್ಬರಿ ಐತಿ. ನಾ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ ರೊಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಕವರ್ ಆಗುವಂಗ ಅದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಲ ನನಗ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೀರಿ.
ಎಸ್, ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ
ನಿಮ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಫೇರ್ ಐತಿ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಫೇರ್ ಐತಿ. ಬಟ್ ನನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ದ ಗ್ಲೋಬ್. ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಅಪೇಕ್ಷೆ ಐತಿ, ಅಪೇಕ್ಷೆ ರೀಸನೇಬಲ್ ಐತಿ, ಅದು ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಯಾವ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ನೀವು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡವಲ್ದ. ಐದರ್ ಟು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಐದರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಈಟ್ ಸಮ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ರಮೈಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನು ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಸಿನಾರಿಯೋ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಓನ್ ವೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ನೀವು ಅಪೇಕ್ಷೆ ತಪ್ಪೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಸ್, ನಾ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೀನಿ, ನಾ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೀನಿ, ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಹಿಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಂತೇಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ನನ್ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗವಲ್ದು ಹಂಗ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ ದಾರಿ ನಾವು ಹುಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕ ಇನ್ನು ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ವರ್ಕ್. Okay, hope I answered your question.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your
clarification. Further, if you have personal queries, you call me anytime. I will address. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರದ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರದ್ದು ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. We need to analyze that. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಟಾರಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರು ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ನು ಮಾಡಬಲ್ರ ಅದನ್ನ. ಅದ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಇದು ಏನು ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಆ ಹುಡುಗರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಟು ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೋನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮಾಲಕ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕ ಮಾರಿ ಬಿಡ್ರಿಪ್ಪ ಉಳಿದಿದ್ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾವು 1 ಕೋಟಿ ಮನಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅದನ್ನ ತಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲೇ ತಗೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜಪಾನ್ದಾಗ 55% ಐತೆ. ಜಪಾನ್ ಅಂತೂ ಮಾರ್ತ್ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ 10% ಅಂದ್ರು ಮೈ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ರೆಡಿ 10 lakhs ರೆಡಿ. ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಮನಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಯಾನ, ಇದನ್ನ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ 10 ಲಕ್ಷದ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನ ತುಂಬಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, 10 ಲಕ್ಷ ಯಾರ ಕಡೆನೂ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನಾಗ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೋನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಆ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೋನ್ 10 ವರ್ಷ ತುಂಬಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಂದು ಮನಿ ಬುಡ್ಡ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಆ ಮನಿ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಜೀವನ ಇಡೀ ದುಡಿಬೇಕು. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರ, ನಂದು ಇಮೋಷನಲ್ ಮೈ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಹೌಸ್ is not dream house of my kids. Their dream house is somewhere. That's why don't create too much physical asset beyond manageable. It should be handy. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ ಮನಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋದ್ರೆ 10 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ನ ಇಟ್ ಸಾಯ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಫೋಟೋ ಹಾಕಕ್ ಜಾಗ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಪುನಾದಾಗ ಮನಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದ, ನಾ ಈಗ ಬಾಂಬೆದಾಗ ಅದೇನಿ, ನಾ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗದೇನಿ, ನಾ ಚೆನ್ನೈದಾಗ ಅದೇನಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಮೋಷನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಡೌನ್. ವೇರ್ ಆಸ್ ನಮ್ ಕಾಲದಾಗ ಇತ್ತದ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಜ್ಜನ ಆಸ್ತಿ ನಮ್ ದುಡ್ದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಣ್ಣ ಗಿಣ್ಣ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಜಾತ್ರೆ ಇದ್ದ ದಿವ್ಸ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾತ್ರೆಗೆ ಅಡ್ಡಾಡಿ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಜಾತ್ರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಮಂದಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಅದ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಂದ ಆದಿತ್ತ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪಂದಿತ್ತ, ಹೋಲ್ಬಿಡ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವೆಲ್ತ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕೇರ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ. It follows certain rules. We should understand that.
Mr. Basavaraj, I am Anil Sagar here.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Anil Sagar, Hyderabad ninda. It was a nice webinar, and we all had benefited about the financial independence and knowledge given by Mr. Basavaraj. My only question is, now everything is taxable. Okay, so what is the thing we have to do as a salaried person, wherein we can save some tax? Are there any benefits or any schemes in the government or in the open private firms wherein we can invest our money and give a lesser tax? Maybe it may be a long term also. I can assume it is a long term thing wherein we can invest in that and pay less tax or no tax in government or in private also. Are there any schemes which you would like to share with us?
Okay. As I said, there are two types of taxes are there in India right now. Okay, one is income tax, one other is capital gain tax.
Okay.
Right. So you are talking. I assume that you are talking about the income tax. Okay.
Yes,
If it is
yes.
an income tax, whatever new regime, old regime, whichever advantages for you, you should go for that. There, you don't have any option to reduce the tax. Yes, when it comes to capital gain tax, there are few products available in India. They will be not there even in next 1 or 2 years, or maybe in a 6-month time also. Tax exemption to taxable regime. Okay, those are all the non-taxable product on which there is no capital gain tax applicable as of now. Earlier, 5-10 years back, there were plenty of options were available. People used to park their money there. They made their arrangement. Those who had a knowledge, those who have borrowed knowledge, they made their arrangement to avoid that kind of taxes. But now very few options are available and very limited time is available. In that, whatever possible by you can make it.
What are those things? What are those things where we can do now? Can you share with us?
Yeah, definitely. The product name I cannot tell now because Rajgoli still I
Okay.
tell Mota Moti there are sovereign gold bonds. You know what is sovereign gold bonds? They give us given for 8 years lock-in period on which tax is not applicable. Tax is not applicable lock-in for 8 years. Remember, in the last budget, the changes have to taken place where if you buy from a originator, that is non-taxable. If you take from a secondary market, again that will be taxable. Earlier, everything was non-taxable. In the last 2 months back budget, it has changed to like that. ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೇನೇನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗೈತೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಮೊನ್ನೆ 2 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ಬಜೆಟ್ನಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರ ಮೊದ್ಲ ನಾ ಶೇರ್ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರ ಲೋನ್ ತಗೊಂತಿದ್ದೆ, ತಗೊಂಡು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ದಾಗ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಏನ್ ಲಾಭ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ನಾ ಏನ್ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನೋ ಅದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಅದು ಬಂದ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಶೇರ್ ಬೈಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಬೈಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಬಂದೈತಿ ಅಂತ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ನಾಗ ಮಂದಿ. ಅರೆ ದೇ ಕಾಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬೈಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಬೈಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು? ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 1,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕಂಪನಿಯವರು 990 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 80 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ತಗೊಂತಿದ್ರು. ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಂತಿದ್ರು? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೈಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ನಾಗ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಯಾಕೆ ಬೈಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ದಾಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಂದಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು ಎಸ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸೇವ್ ಮೈ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಸ್. ಇದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಮಂದಿ ಗುರ್ತಾಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ದಾಗ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರ, ನಾನು ಹಾಕೇನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಫಂಡ್ ದಾಗ ಹಾಕತ್ತಾರ, ನಾನು ಹಾಕೇನಿ. ಮುಂದೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಏನೇನ್ ಆಗುದೈತಿ ನನಗೂ ಗುರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಗುರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೊಂಟಿರ್ತ ಒಟ್ಟು. When after 20 years, when you take out 2-3 crores money, okay, ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿತ್ 1 ಕೋಟಿ ಬರುದು 3 ಕೋಟಿ, ಆ 2 ಕೋಟಿ ಮೇಲೆ 25% ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಮಂದಿ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾವ.
Yeah, things are changing. Changes ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾವ.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I think Anil is good point raised. ಅದನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, one he has got a different schemes and all. ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇದು ಜನರಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ we are not we are requested
allowing him to
names. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಈಗ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಐ ಓಪನರ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ 1-to-1 ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಅಮಿತ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ರೇಸ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು, ಅಮಿತ್.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಮ್ ಲೋನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಉಳಿದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಹೋಮ್ ಲೋನ್ ನ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಫಂಡ್ ನಿಂದ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಚಲೋ.
ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಮ್ಯೂಟಲ್ ಆಗ್ರಿ.
ನಿಮ್ದು ಸಾಲು ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಐತಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಮಷಿನ್ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಐತಿ.
ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ದು ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗೈತ್ರಿ.
ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್.
ಈಗ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ?
ಕೇಳ್ಸತ್ರಿ.
ಅಮಿತ್, ನಿಮ್ದು ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಮ್ ಲೋನ್ ಐತಿ, ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಫಂಡ್ ಆಗೈತಿ. either
Yeah.
it may be a lump sum or SIP. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಾಗ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೊಂಟೈತಿ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಏನು, ಹೋಮ್ ಲೋನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲೋ ಅಥವಾ ಈ SIP ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಹೋಲೋ ಅಂತೇಳಿ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ರೈಟ್.
ರೈಟ್.
ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಏಜ್ ಏನೈತಿ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಟ್ ದ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 8-10 years ನಿಮ್ದು ಬಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾಕೈತಿ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನಾಗ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಹೋಮ್ ಲೋನ್. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ನಿಮ್ದು ಲೋನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ದು ಟೆನ್ಯೂರ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಕೈತಿ. ಒಂದ್ ಸಲ ರೀಸನೇಬಲ್ ಬಂದ್ ಕೂಡ್ಲೇನೆ then you start a SIP so that parallelly you can make a here you can earn I should not use the exact percentage, 10 to 15% ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರ್ತೈತೆ. Here you are paying 8 to 10% EMI interest on your home loan, so you can balance that. Okay, so ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕೇಸ್ನಾಗ ಏನ್ ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾ ನಿಮ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ. ಇದು ಮೋಟಾ ಮೋಟಿ ಥಂಬ್ ರೂಲ್. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಲೋನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಮನಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಅದರಿಂದ ಮನಿ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಕರೆ ಐತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 5-10 yearsನಾಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಮ್ದು ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಕೊಂತಿರ್ಬೇಕು.
Sure, sir. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks. I think in the interest of the time, I think we will come to end of this webinar session. On behalf of Team UKSL, I thank you, Mr. Basavaraj, for taking us through the financial entire world itself in a nutshell. And he has explained about what could be where all we can allocate our income. So what is the percentage and the taxation laws he has covered, and the difference between save and create and save. That was a very good one. We should munch on that and try to incorporate those things, right? And he have opened is kind of an eye opener for us in the G20 countries. What are the taxes are there? And inheritance tax is one of the biggest eye opener for all of us. Okay, so these kind of nitty-gritties you have mentioned is thank you all. Thank you very much for showing the path in financial management things. And we are and people who have attended, I think they will come back to you for their individual the tax planning of the tax or planning of the wealth management and all. Definitely, please, it was a very good session, and the webinar series kick-started with a financial thing. Very good. Thank you all, and let us look for such this kind of interesting topics in coming weeks. Thank you all. Thanks for attending.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. In the next week, I'm going to post one post on a LinkedIn, which is about sharing our knowledge to the next generation.
Great.
Okay, so you should keep on exchange your thoughts, your experience, your learning should go to the next generation. That is important thing you keep in mind.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Prakash, and thank you, Basavaraj. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
sir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much, Basavaraj sir.
Thank you.
you,
Bye.
Prakash sir, for arranging.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.